Good morning, everyone. What is the future of Indian politics? Is the BJP emerging as the new pole of the Indian polity? And can the Congress recover from its greatest existential crisis ever? As Prime Minister Modi surges from one incredible victory to the next, and Rahul Gandhi ambles from one terrible defeat to the other, the question that we're asking is the BJP emerging as the new Congress? To debate this at the India Today Conclave in Mumbai, I want you to welcome to Mumbai boys, Piyush Goyal, Union Minister for Power, Coal, New and Renewable Energy and Mines, and the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan. I want to start by asking Piyush Goyal first, whether you think the BJP is emerging or has already emerged as the new pole of Indian politics. Do you think BJP is the new Congress?
Well, I think, Rahul, you may be confused about it. The people of India have made up their mind.
So you think it's already happened? No, because when I said that BJP is the new Congress, I thought you may take umbrage to that. You seem to be quite happy being called the new Congress.
No. You asked the question about whether we have emerged or we have not yet, or we've yet to emerge. I said the people of India have voted decisively. The people of India have decided what the future of India is going to look like, and the new India is emerging.
No, but I'll tell you why cephalogically that's not happened just yet. Because the Congress at its peak had dominance all across. As of now, especially in the south, whether you look at Tamil Nadu, you look at Kerala, there are states where the BJP is not present. So you've moved definitely from being a purely hinterland party, but you still don't have the kind of massive sweep across the country that the Congress did at its peak.
That's fine. You can make any of these comparisons. We are okay with that. I think we are more focused right now on delivery. We are more focused on working for society, working for a better future for the people of India. You can keep trying to look for those little bit of opportunities to still create some confusion. But I think across the board, wherever we are going, you've just now seen a government coming in the Northeast, the fifth government in the Northeast that the BJP has. Very soon you'll see Karnataka changing hands, maybe 7 or 8 months or 1 year from now. So I think things are evolving, changing. The central pole of Indian politics today is clearly the BJP. And you've heard all the opposition parties clamoring to try and come together and oppose the BJP, which is good news for us.
Mr. Chavan, you can quibble with the BJP that they're not in Kerala or Tamil Nadu, but these are small quibbles. The fact is that at the rate at which they're going, they are more likely to be in these states than the Congress ever would be. Does the Congress even begin to realize the enormity of the mess that it's in?
Well, I think, Rahul, without doubt, it's a grave crisis for Congress party. We have been through it earlier, but that doesn't mean that every time we'll come back automatically.
When were you last in a mess as big as this? Have you ever been in a mess as big as this?
Well, I think we lost badly several times. Mrs. Gandhi herself lost the election. There have been low points in Congress history.
No, but sir, there's a difference between previous low points and this,
yes,
where you didn't have the enormity of a force called Modi and the superstructure of the BJP led by an Amit Shah to deal with. Yes, you may have lost, but you had a fragmented opposition. This time, the existential crisis runs deeper than ever before.
No, I agree with you entirely. The crisis is real and we'll have to come out of it. All of us at every single stage, whether in Maharashtra or in UP, Delhi, we are all looking at what has gone wrong. Some things are obvious, some things are not so obvious. Let's not forget that in May 2014 Lok Sabha election, BJP only got 31% votes. The 70% people still don't want BJP. BJP has perfected their technique of winning elections. They've used all means, no holds barred elections. We've seen in Maharashtra the way municipal elections were fought. It's a election winning machine without a doubt. But what worries me is what is the direction of polity they are going in. Are we seeing...
If theirs is an election winning machine, is yours an election losing machine?
Well, we lost
You're
elections,
saying that they fought the elections in the municipal corporations and they deployed full force. I say, so what? Shouldn't you be doing the same?
No, all right, they have won elections, and I accept that, and the whole country knows that they're a premier party today. The percentage of people represented by Congress ruled states and BJP ruled states, these are with you. And so you could argue that it's become a main pole in Indian politics today. And I think it's a crisis.
You accept that?
Yeah, that's
you
a
accept
fact.
that the BJP is bigger than you?
No, because look at the percentage of people who are under BJP rule today.
No, but why should you accept it, Mr. Chavan? You should say, I contest this, I deny it, this is temporary.
No, I'm only
why is the
stating
Congress giving up so easily? Where's the fight?
I'm only stating a fact. What you asked a question about, have they become a large party? Yes, they are a large party. But does it mean that space for opposition has disappeared, that what Congress party is fighting for, the opposition parties are fighting for, is that all, that fight has been given up? No, it's not. I mean, I'm worried about the direction that BJP is taking. The point that you asked about what is the direction that Mr. Modi is taking.
I'm coming to that in stage 2. I just want to focus for the time being. For example, what happened in Goa. This is a neighboring state, we're very close by. Digvijay Singh has given an interview in which he says Rahul Gandhi needs to be decisive. He's saying that, 2 suggestions were made about who should be the leader of the legislature party in Goa. For 8 hours, Rahul Gandhi couldn't make up his mind. His phone was inaccessible. In the meanwhile, Nitin Gadkari flew down to Goa with Manohar Parrikar. They staged a coup right under your nose and you didn't know what was hitting you.
Rahul, let's come to the CLP leader and the approaching the government.
Look at the smug smile on Piyush's face. He loves it. He's like, ha ha,
take the claim. But let us not forget, Rahul, that in Goa, people of Goa had given a clear mandate to BJP to rule for 5 years. BJP ruled for 5 years. They messed up the complete state. There was a decisive trouncing of the BJP government in Goa. Let's not forget that. The chief minister was defeated, 6 of their ministers were defeated, and Congress party got a near majority. Now, what happened after is what you alluded to. Yes, the CLP could not come to a unanimity about a CLP leader. Now, the outside observers, the people sitting in Delhi can only assist that process. But they did not come to a conclusion.
But that's why you need leadership.
Well,
let's assume that if you were Chief Minister of Maharashtra, some of your cabinet members are not agreeing. That's where you as Chief Minister, as first amongst equals, draw the line and say this is what you will do. You've got 18 people. Those 18 people can sit around one lounge and decide what to do.
But they did not. And that's what happened. And we paid
and
a huge
now you've got a
price for
BJP
it.
government in power there.
Yeah, we paid a huge price for that indecision, you can say. I don't know who's responsible for it.
Who do you think is responsible?
I don't know. I was not there. And I was only watching from Mumbai.
No, so okay, forget Goa for a time. Who do you think is responsible for the state that the Congress party finds itself in?
Well, I think Congress party collectively has to be responsible. If there is a leader, there are some local leadership at state level thing, all of us are responsible.
No, because Manishankar Iyer has given an interview to India Today where he says Rahul should maybe consider making way for somebody else. That Rahul Gandhi simply doesn't have what it takes to take on Modi and Shah. He should let somebody else do the job.
Well, Rahul Gandhi has said there will be restructuring. Now, what level the restructuring?
No, he said there will be restructuring in 2012,
he said
2014.
Now, let's wait for him to effect changes now.
Can you bring the mic closer, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, I'm saying he said that there must be restructuring earlier as well. And no restructuring happened. I know it's a little awkward for you,
No.
I realize that.
Mean, after all, I can't do the restructuring sitting here. I mean, the Congress party, there's a huge pressure that some changes needs to be done. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is the vice president of the party, there will be elections later on. Till that time, he's a vice president, and he said that he...
So do you agree, and I'm quoting to you what various people have said. Sheila Dikshit said, Rahul Gandhi is immature. Yes or no?
No, I think that is her view.
You agree? You disagree?
I don't think
he's mature, you think. Digvijay Singh says he's indecisive.
I don't know what happened in Goa, so I can't really comment firsthand.
So he could be indecisive.
If Digvijay Singh says that the decision did not come from Delhi, then you have to ask him.
But do you have a plan for revival? Because Piyush Goyal, Amit Shah, we heard at the India Today Conclave, have a very definite plan. 120 seats where we are not there, in Orissa, West Bengal, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. They are marching to a plan. We look at the Congress waffling, ambling from one defeat to the other, and you wonder, where is the plan for revival? And when we're discussing the future of Indian politics, you really wonder, is an effort being made to take on the BJP juggernaut?
I think the Congress party has worked in a particular way. We have state leadership which is empowered to do certain things, but at the same time, while we are present in every single state to some extent or the other, we needed a glue which the Gandhi family provided all along. Now, the glue to hold the party together, otherwise there are always chances of local leadership spinning away, has happened in many cases. I think that model, we need to look at whether that is the correct model.
What is the glue that holds the BJP together? Why does the BJP hold together and doesn't spill away? Despite having state leaders like Raman Singh, Shivraj Chauhan, Vasundhara Raje Scindia.
It's early days. Let's give them some time.
Abhi bacche hain, abhi early days. As you
one sec. I just, since we are in the city of business and finance, I'll tell you what word will describe. I don't mean to be disrespectful at all, but it will probably help them introspect a little bit, and hopefully the Rahul Gandhi leadership will continue for a few more years.
You would love that, wouldn't you?
And just to help him understand this in a management lexicon, the new management philosophy is the word VUCA. It stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Now that's the complexity that the world is facing today. And that's what the management business schools teach us. And I think in some sense, it happens to every organization, it happens to nations.
Tell me, Piyush, I'm
and
curious.
In some sense, probably that's what they will have to address. That's the challenge that they will have to look at. But I do hope that what Mahatma Gandhi had once hoped for will not come completely true. He had suggested that the Congress should be wound up soon after independence. It took the nation many years to understand that. But I do wish that that would not
It was a different context altogether, what he said.
No, Minister, on an aside, and you'd permit me asking this, you went to Harvard, so obviously you use a lot of management lexicon. Do you do this in front of the Prime Minister?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, our government believes that good economics makes good politics.
So you use this
All our
Harvard
policies are designed towards good, sensible management philosophies. I've said that on many of your programs, how we take decisions. We take decisions which are in public interest, national interest, highest level of transparency and probity,
Piyush,
focused, policy-driven approach to business.
He's understood.
Including, if I may say, Rahul, including management of figures.
And
like
management of
GDP
elections.
growth rates and others.
And management of elections. Now, would any of you in this room here desire that we fight elections to lose elections? I'm sure nobody would want that. People want every political party to fight election like they would run their organizations,
Piyush is
slick, smart, and to win.
Piyush is really smart. He understood exactly what I was asking, but chose very casually and nonchalantly not to respond. My question, Piyush, was in the context of the Prime Minister taking a dig at Harvard, where you went. And, you use this management philosophies. You give this kind of gyan to the Prime Minister. Doesn't he say, hard work karo, Harvard ko chhod do?
Well, I don't have to give him gyan. I think he knows very well how to run a good government. He has demonstrated it in Gujarat. The people of Mumbai, many people in Mumbai have benefited from the good governance and good business practices and political work that he did in Gujarat. A lot of Gujaratis in Mumbai who have roots in Gujarat and really have aspired for that type of government in Maharashtra, which they are finally now getting to see. A government that works, a government that gives development the first priority and focus. And in Delhi, clearly, the way the government has taken up each program at a national scale, converted each of its programs to a people's movement, whether it's the Swachh Bharat movement, whether it's Digital India, whether it's even a simple thing like Give It Up. If you recall, in the old days, you had 2 years of uncertainty whether somebody will get 6 cylinders or 9 or 12, and the government would keep vacillating what will happen. What did Prime Minister Modi do? He made that a people's movement, and I'm quite certain everybody in this room, as I can see it, must have given up their gas cylinder so that one poor family, maybe in Uttar Pradesh or elsewhere, out of those 1.75 crore who have got a free gas connection under Ujjwala, have benefited from that. And if any of you hasn't given up your LPG subsidy, I urge you to please do it. Contribute to nation building.
How many people here
have
have given up their subsidies? That's
my
quite
Mumbai, and we
incredible.
can do a lot better. I think the next time around, we should have every hand in the room up for give it up.
No, but that's a very smart thing the BJP somehow seems to do. They take Congress schemes, which they didn't like when they were in opposition, like Aadhaar, they cribbed and cursed about it. They adopt it, they adapt it, they maybe change the name, and then they tell people that that scheme is fantastic. The same scheme they were cribbing about in opposition, they adapt it, and they do so much more successfully than you ever could.
No, but it's good thing that they adopted our schemes, which are good to begin with. They tried to, criticize them in the beginning, like the Prime Minister criticized Manrega in Parliament. He joked at it, but then later on realized that it's an important initiative. Aadhaar and so many others. In Maharashtra also, many health-related schemes. Names have changed, but schemes have continued, like the water conservation scheme and all that. I think that's good. That's continued in Indian
Look
politics.
also at the passion at which this scheme is taken to the masses. For example, one of the reasons, and we traveled through Uttar Pradesh at least 8 or 10 times during this election, the Ujjwala scheme, for example. Very little may be known about it in drawing rooms or people sitting here, but it's made an impact on the ground. So it's not just the scheme, it's also the fact that people know, bhai Modi ji ne diya hai. That's also important.
It helped them to win the election. We admit that, like a dole, not exactly in cash terms, but in certain other terms, helped them to win election. Like the loan waiver promise that Prime Minister made in the UP election, helped them to win UP election. But now whether they can implement that promise is something else.
Some of these, Piyush, are copied from the Congress. Rahul Gandhi, to be fair to him, was the first person who spoke of a loan waiver in Uttar Pradesh. The BJP, because they realized that this idea was getting traction, copied his idea, and the Prime Minister, Amit Shah, everybody started saying the same thing. The problem for you, Mr. Chavan, was after the BJP started saying it, Rahul Gandhi stopped saying this.
No.
That's totally unbelievable.
That's not true, Rahul. If you know Maharashtra, the Maharashtra Assembly is in session. The budget of the Maharashtra Assembly is going to be presented at 2 o'clock.
That's a different issue. I'm talking about the campaign in UP.
The entire Maharashtra Assembly is not running, not functioning for the last 15 days. Because we have been demanding loan waiver in Maharashtra.
No, that's a good point. No, that's a good point.
Right from day one.
No, that's a good point, and that's a separate point. My point to Piyush was, they copied Rahul Gandhi's idea. Rahul Gandhi forgot about his own idea. You're also laughing. I don't know why you're laughing.
No, I don't think he forgot.
I know he's abroad, but you shouldn't be laughing. You could
I
be
don't think he
trouble.
forgot.
No, but he didn't. No, okay.
The party continued to demand it, but we are in opposition.
Not with the kind of intensity. They took your idea and ran away with it.
May I just make a humble submission? Honorable former Chief Minister and my good friend Prithviraj ji spoke about Manrega. Now I think I'm feeling very sorry because what Prime Minister said on television in the Lok Sabha, which all of you I think and I hope have seen it. If any of you have missed it, please go onto YouTube and hear Prime Minister when he spoke about Manrega. He very, very clearly articulated that Manrega will continue. It will continue for a long time. Because as an astute politician, this is that one scheme which will help him tell the people again and again and again that look, this is the colossal failure of Congress rule of 7 decades that has brought the country to this state after 68 years of independence, that we still have to give out Manrega type doles to the people of India
once again,
for lack of jobs, for lack of becoming self-reliant,
Minister,
for lack of an opportunity to live a life
When
of
do you
pride.
think you can finish
if
Manrega?
it's such a bad scheme, you should end it. Why do you continue with their bad scheme?
Well, if we have inherited 68 years of unfortunate poverty and lack of opportunity for the poor people, we will have to give them that opportunity for some more time till we give them an alternate way.
68
Can you minister as one of the top?
No, 68 years हमें नहीं लगते हैं. हमने तो New India की कल्पना करी है. Clearly you will see New India as we see it, as we envisage it emerging. We already see that people have supported the policies and programs of Prime Minister Modi. You saw that demonetization was being made out to be a very, very big negative, including television anchors, some of them from your own channel, made a big effort to try and make people criticize demonetization. They would even go to somebody standing in a queue and shove a mic into their face to somehow get him to criticize Mr. Modi. But standing in that queue, that soldier of India to fight against black money and corruption, which has proliferated for so many years in India, was willing to say that, no, I am with Mr. Modi. I will stand in this queue. I will suffer this inconvenience. But I believe and I trust that Mr. Modi is doing good for India. He will wipe out corruption and black money. And my vote goes for Mr. Modi, amply demonstrated since November 8 till today in every election that has been fought till now.
Rahul, I will just like to ask a very simple question from my friend Piyush. Do you think the original objective which Prime Minister set out on 8th of November was achieved? Just yes or no answer.
No, 100% achieved. There is no original objective. In fact, that's the sad part of Congress thinking. You can only think linear. For you, an objective is a linear objective. For the BJP and for Mr. Modi, we look at things in a holistic perspective.
But was the original objective achieved?
A method to attack black money and corruption is not just demonetization. It starts from SIT made in the first cabinet that the BJP had after we came into power, the first cabinet. We set up the SIT which Congress had not set up, despite a Supreme Court order for 3 years. And since then, be it the Benami Transactions Act, be it the effort to try and unleash to the people of India good prosperity through higher tax collection, the effort to ensure that more and more people come in the tax net, the effort to bring sectors which were hitherto not under the tax net, including the jewelry trade. All of these efforts are part of a series of efforts. Demonetization has been one, and this effort will continue for many more years. After all, something which this nation has got used to for almost 65, 68 years of independent India will take a lot more time to get totally rid of. I think demonetization has achieved a big objective. Large currency notes of 500 and 1,000 rupees, which used to be barely 21% in 2001 of the total currencies, today 87%.
Can I do
and
a
we
show
had
of
to get a fix where this money is.
One second, Minister. Can we do a show of hands? Can we do a show of hands, please?
I said yes.
No, listen.
To your question, I said yes.
My simple question was, how much of black money was destroyed?
I think
The Reserve Bank is not even giving figures today.
I think there's an interview
Did
today
the
which
counterfeiting
said 6,000
not have
crore
stopped?
rupees.
Has terrorism for Pakistan has stopped?
About that.
Okay.
Well, I think it's very difficult for understanding because there is a certain mindset which is made up. But let me try and say it a little more simpler way. Maybe that will help you understand. This 15 lakh crore rupees in high value currency notes, nobody knew where that money is lying. We have been able to ensure that everybody who had that money has to go to the bank and put it in. There is no other way you can get value for that money. Having got that money into the banking system, now the tax authorities are ensuring to see what is the money which was legitimate money, cash on hand, the person's sales, savings of the ladies sitting in this room. There will be no problem on that money.
Minister.
The rest of the money will have to pay tax on the illegitimate money. So that's what the process is all about. There's no magic wand, unfortunately.
Minister, I have an interesting idea. Let's do a show of hands. You've got some of the richest, most influential, prominent people in Mumbai here. In the way that you understand it, and from all of what you've read in newspapers, seen on TV, do you believe demonetization has met its objective? That's the debate we're having. So the question is, do you believe demonetization has met its objective? Those who say yes...
All the people of India have voted. तुम अभी तक इसी चक्कर में
मुंबई का भी वोट कर लेते ना.
मुंबई में भी
अरे आपको क्यों
82 सीट हो गए
show the
टेंशन क्यों हो रही है?
31 to 82 in Mumbai.
Show the audience the show of hands at least.
टेंशन क्यों हो रही? Maybe they support you.
टेंशन नहीं, मैं तो बता रहा हूँ.
Maybe they support you.
दुर्भाग्य क्या है?
Just 5% of the
Some of
people.
the Rahuls still live in an old age. They don't realize that the world has moved to a new India.
Rahul, have you 5% people supported demonetization in this auditorium?
One second. Piyush ji is already worried. Let us do. For all you know, people may support him. How many people think demonetization has met its objective? Okay, so that's a bit complex. Can we just see again how many people think demonetization has not met its objective? Not met its objective. So I think it's more people, I think, believe over here that demonetization has met its objective. At least that's what people here in the audience
because Rahul, the people understand Objective is not a singular objective. It's a holistic plan. And Mumbai people are far more sensible.
So why were you getting so tense when
No,
I
I'm
asked
not
you?
getting tense. I was amazed at your own prejudices
No, I
or
have
your
no
own
prejudice.
uncertainty
No, I
that
just-
is causing you still,
Now,
after
I-
325 seats in UP, after 58 seats in Uttarakhand, after Kalahandi in Orissa, after Mumbai, after Maharashtra, Faridabad, Chandigarh, I can list out so many elections, including Tripura and West Bengal, where we replaced the Congress and became number 2.
So that's
I
why
think very
demonetization,
clearly,
right?
the people of India have voted for Prime Minister Modi. They believe in him, they trust his leadership, and they believe here is a leader who's working selflessly for a new India, for a better India.
When we
So,
started...
Piyush, 1 second, Piyush, you think corruption is ended?
Well, as long as there are people in the Congress party still in the country, I don't think we can end corruption so fast.
We're not ruling. We're not ruling anymore. So, he admits that it's not ended. It cannot be
Mr.
ended.
So अभी कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत को थोड़ा समय और है.
Mr. Chavan, when we started out, you said that you were worried about the direction in which India is going under Modi. You said, okay, you're also concerned about the crisis that faces the Congress, but you're saying you're concerned about the direction in which India is going under Modi. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Well, I think in any democratic society, the decision making is a collective exercise, inclusive exercise. Now, I'm afraid that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, the collective decision making is disappearing. Even we talked about demonetization. Was it a collectively taken decision? It could not have been, maybe. You would agree that we needed secrecy and all that. But what's happening, there's a global wave sweeping the world. With what's happening in America, in European elections. And I think, are we going into that direction where space for collective decision making, discussion, inclusive politics is shrinking? One example I'll give you, and I think it's a very telling example, that BJP excluded Muslims from the political process in UP. Not even one seat was given out of 403 in a state where about 19% people are Muslim. Not only UP, but in none of the 5 states, BJP fielded a single Muslim candidate. What their slogan is, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Sabka Vikas is fine. We all want progress for everybody. But their point is, yes, we will do development for you, but we don't want you to share in the decision-making process. You don't sit on the high table. You take what we give you. And this is happening to a large minority.
Let the minister respond.
I think this is brilliant. Thank you very much, Prithviraj, for raising this point, because this is very important for all of my friends in Mumbai to know. First of all, it's really amazing to hear from a Congress leader about collective leadership. I think everybody in this room knows where collective leadership was under the leadership of the Gandhis and the Congress. Here we are just now deciding and discussing, just before this point came up, that the leader of the Congress was somewhere international, where he usually is, occasionally comes to India. But they could not even reach out to him. And the observer sent from Delhi to go out to decide the chief minister candidate could not take a decision. I went as an observer to Manipur. I took a decision in half an hour, 40 minutes, after meeting all the MLAs. It's a small state. Meeting all my MLAs did not take me too long. And I took a decision who will be the chief minister of Manipur. Unfortunately, it's very sad to hear somebody who has been the chief minister of this state and who had to take every decision from Delhi talking about how collective leadership is there. In our case, I have yet to go and ask my Prime Minister on one issue what I have to do. I have been a minister now nearly 3 years. Complete autonomy, do a good job, do an honest job, take decisions. If we were all 80 ministers required to look up to Mr. Narendra Modi for every decision, we could not have taken such game-changing decisions in 3 years, made India surplus of power, made India surplus of coal, made India surplus of fertilizer, taken Aadhaar, which very rightly you started, but all you did was quibble amongst the Home Minister and Finance Minister, whose domain that Aadhaar will come under. We took Aadhaar from 20 crore to 100 crore plus. You started financial inclusion, great program, opened some 10 crore accounts. The Bhartiya Janta Party government took financial inclusion to the next level, opened 30 crore accounts in 2 years. So that's called the way work is done, the way projects are implemented, the way, with a business-like approach, you tackle every problem that comes on hand, and for that, only collective leadership works, but collective leadership also has an element of individual decision-making. We take decisions, the cabinet takes collective seal on that decision, and that's how the government of India works today. That's how the governments in our states work. Devendra Fadnavis never has to come to Delhi to take any decision. He never has to refer to anybody in Delhi when he's taking a decision in the interest of the people of Maharashtra. Now coming to the second point, and I'm glad you raised it about not giving a single seat to the Muslims. इस देश का अगर सबसे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य है, तो वो ये है कि हमने राजनीति और खास करके कांग्रेस की राजनीति ने इस देश को जाति के आधार पे बांटा, धर्म के आधार पे बांटा. We have divided Indian society, the social fabric of India, on caste, creed, religion, sex, and every possible way. We have only divided this society. They are still living in that world where they think that this vote bank politics, this divisive politics, can give them rich dividends. The people of India have outrightly rejected that. As many people who embrace us, that many people will of course become our candidates. As winnable candidates from different sections of society come to us, obviously they will become our candidates. We never look at the religion of a person, the color of his skin, or whether he comes from a particular caste when we decide a candidate. If I have to make Manik Dawar sitting here a candidate, I will not worry. Oh my God, Parsis have only 1% vote in Mumbai. Will they win an election? No, I should not give them a seat. We don't divide society like that. Be it 50%, be it 20%, be it 5%. A person who serves society will be our candidate. A person who does not divide our social fabric will be our candidate. A person who wins and can help us form a government to serve you will be our candidate. We will not divide society. I would urge you, Prithviraj ji, all politicians and media in this country should move away from this negativity and think positive. Think about India as one whole, not divided between Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Yadav, non-Yadav.
I wish your answers could really inspire confidence in minorities. It is not so. You have single-handedly rejected a particular community. By looking at the community, and you say that you didn't find a single candidate who adheres to the BJP philosophy. What is your philosophy?
Well, is Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi not a Muslim?
Not a single cabinet minister
not
that
a
you
Muslim.
But in the 5 states, you could not find a single Muslim candidate.
I think you have to move out of that philosophy. You have to accept the fact that even the Muslims today are now embracing the BJP, and as more and more of them come into the BJP, they will obviously become part of our mainstream.
But you are singling out a particular the largest minority in this country, just because they belong to a particular community, a particular religion. And I think
I'm sorry, I'm not able to explain my point of view. I think the audience has understood it.
Well, explained it well enough.
Okay,
numbers speak about it.
We have about 5 minutes to go. I want to take some questions. The first question to Sahil, please. Can someone bring him a mic?
32 women got elected for the first time in Uttar Pradesh Assembly, by the way, from the BJP. Shall I say that you got only 2 women elected? Or in fact, sorry, Congress got no women elected. So you have excluded all the women of Uttar Pradesh from your party.
How? We got only 7 people elected.
How see, because you're a Bombay boy, you get more claps here than you get in Delhi.
I get the same claps when you call me in Delhi, Rahul. I
No,
don't have any problem even in your program.
extra connect with Mumbai, I see. Okay, let's take some questions. Sahil, go ahead.
Prithviraj ji has been Honorable Chief Minister of Mumbai. मैं तो छोटा सा citizen हूँ मुंबई का.
Okay, my question is to Piyush Goyal. Yesterday we had President Pranab Mukherjee addressing this conclave in Mumbai, and he made 2 important points. I think the BJP minister should answer those 2 quotes actually. The first quote, he said that देश में बहुमत से नहीं सार्वमत से सरकार चलनी चाहिए. That is, बहुमत से नहीं सार्वमत से सरकार चलनी चाहिए. सर्वमत से. Basically, not with the majority, but with the consensus. The government should run with the consensus rather than the majority. And the second quote he made of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was don't want India to be a country where millions of people say yes to one man, want a strong opposition.
He's saying that the president was here, Pranab Mukherjee, and he made a speech yesterday where he referred to a Caesar. He says that there shouldn't be one Caesar running India, that there should be
There should be a strong opposition in the
There must be
country.
a strong opposition. That's his question.
Well, as I said earlier, the Goa story tells it all. I think Pranabji, having worked for 60 odd years in the Congress party, must be directing that bar to the Congress party and giving them a signal that wake up. If you want the Congress to revive, think within yourself what the future lies for you.
As a management consultant, Piyush, if you were to, if Congress came to you as a project and said, okay, help us revive ourselves, what would you tell them?
I could do a good job actually.
How would you do that?
Thank you.
Just like Mr. Arun Puri runs the India Today group. After all, chairman to ek hi hota hai na group ka. Or do you have 8 editors fighting amongst themselves, quibbling to decide who is going to have what copy on the front page? I don't think any organization works like that. Mumbaikars understand that there have to be collective thinking, but ultimately the decision making has to be firm, solid, focused. And that's what the Bhartiya Janta Party government is giving to the people of India. Collective leadership, आज तक एक decision नहीं हुआ है जिसमें पंचों की राय नहीं ली गई है. You know, there's a saying in Hindi, जो पंचों की राय वो सबकी राय. Ultimately, if we take in this whole room, you asked about demonetization. Obviously, more people were for demonetization. A few hands went up against it also. Maybe उनको कुछ चोट पहुंची होगी, जैसे कई राजनीतिक नेताओं को भी बड़ी चोट पहुंची.
That's the point.
But
If you are against demonetization, you are a Deshdrohi. Otherwise, you are Deshbhakt. That's a very good classification.
Well, the people have to decide that. But the fact is that end of the day, with collective reasoning and collective opinions, one has to take a firm decision. I don't think the boardroom in India Today or the editorial room in the India Today or Aaj Tak or any of your channels or Mail Today, any of these institutions could run unless, after hearing everybody, there was a firm, decisive leader. That is what Prime Minister Modi has given to the people of India. Decisive leadership, a person the people of India can trust for his vision and for his ability to steer India towards new India.
Okay, I'll take some more questions.
Sir.
Can we give a mic? Can I allow, I think you asked a question last time as well. Can I decide who to
just
give a
one
question to?
question.
I'm sorry, you'll allow me to moderate, please. Can we have the mic given to the gentleman? The gentleman next to you, ma'am. The gentleman next to you.
Question for Ms. Goyal. Minister, I'm so happy that you said good economics makes good politics. And you remember the excellent record of disinvestment of the previous NDA government and how well those companies are doing. So what are your views, including selling off the companies that you control, maybe break up some if they're too big, and whether that will make good politics as well? Considering you've been able to popularize demonetization, this should be a piece of cake, I think.
Well, I'm happy to share with you that we've just taken a decision for strategic disinvestment of several of the loss-making companies, which we again inherited in 2014 after several years of losses and just paying the people for twiddling their thumb and doing nothing. We realized that these companies need to wind up. We are talking to the unions for an amicable settlement, and you'll soon start seeing many of these companies getting strategically disinvested.
Which companies are you disinvesting?
Many of them, Hindustan Photo Films, and I wouldn't remember all the names. There's a company in Pune also, the pharmaceutical company which hasn't done well.
Why not
It
disinvest
wound up for years
why
and
not
years.
disinvest Air India?
We in fact talked to many people to see if they could take that over. But nobody showed interest in buying it, so we'll probably have to
Why
just
not
wind it.
disinvest Air India?
I'll tell you about Air India also. Every country in the world runs a national carrier, the major countries. I still remember Swiss Air. And why I remember is I had those mileage points when Swiss Air had wound up some 15, 20 years ago. And then I was crying, oh, I lost all those points because it wound up. But the Swiss government revived Swiss Air because they needed a national carrier. When in Yemen, over 100,000 of our Indians were stuck. Are you aware that nobody was willing to go and bring them back? If you've seen the movie, which was that movie about Kuwait recently, no carrier was willing to go and get them back. It was our very own Air India that went and got back all the Indians back to safety. And because we believe in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, thank you for raising this question. And for my good friend Prithviraj ji, Hajj ke liye, koi airline तैयार नहीं होती है हज के लिए लोगों को लेके जाने के लिए. I will challenge India Today to get me one private airline which is willing to take the Hajj Yatris to Mecca for Hajj in this year, coming year. एक भी कोई private airline आ जाए. And we pay top dollar for that. Not a single airline is willing to transport people to Makkah for Hajj, except Air India. So if at all there is a need, there is a serious need, what we need to do is turn it around, improve its efficiency, and I'm happy to share with you that last year, finally it has made an operating profit. Going forward, we are looking at financial re-engineering. We are looking at more effective deployment of Air India routes. This government is working wherever we find difficulty. It's like the state discoms. The Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana has done wonders for the power sector. Yesterday, the Tamil Nadu Power Minister and Thambidurai Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha both came to me. Within 1 year of Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana, UDAY, the power sector reforms of the Discom sector, they have been able to bring down their losses by 60%. Next year, they say will turn into profit. A state which for many months opposed UDAY, did not join UDAY. I had a wonderful meeting with late J. Jayalalitha ji, had a lovely meeting, explained how logically it was in her state's interest. One meeting, 40 minutes, she agreed to join. They joined, they started restructuring and improving their discom, and without 1 rupee subsidy, Rajesh, not 1 rupee subsidy paid, not 1 rupee benefit doled out, we have been able to get the state itself to improve the working in the power sector. Next stop, Uttar Pradesh.
Next stop, Uttar Pradesh. Let's see what they do. I see many hands up, but the clock tells me that our time is over.
I want to ask a question. It's an important question. Mr. Goyal, I'm a Muslim woman. I'm married to a Hindu. But I'm deeply concerned about what is happening in UP to Muslims, especially after this majority that you've had. In many cases, Muslims, as you know, it's been in the papers, are being asked to leave villages, are being told that they need to change their identity. Why is the BJP leadership not speaking out against this?
Well, I think this disinformation campaign doesn't do anybody any good. I would like you to please give me any specific instances. In fact, the women of UP have supported the BJP for our firm stand against triple talaq. We believe that the Muslim women should get a fair deal. They should get their rights, and they should not be left to a triple talaq type of situation where a person can just divorce his wife through triple talaq and not give her any compensation. We stand for a better future for the Muslims of this country, as we stand for a better future for all Indians.
Okay.
We don't segregate a Hindu or a Muslim. Let them join the mainstream. Let them not be fearful. 2.5 years we've been in the government at the center. There has been no problem for any section of society. Come with specific examples. Don't go by hearsay, please.
So we're out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, at the India Today Conclave, can we have a very warm round of applause for Piyush Goyal and for Prithviraj Chavan. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Piyush Goyal, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan. I would like you to be on stage. I would like to invite Mrs. Bindu Rana Kapoor of the Yes Foundation to kindly come on stage and give a small token of thanks to our guests. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.